Hey there, Scorpio. It's Jen here. I'm doing your 2021 reading and channeling. So thank you for joining me. Scorpio, I'm getting tons of downloads for you, or whatever you want to call them. And, whoops. So I was afraid I was going to forget them. So I'm starting the video now. And of course, I feel like I just forgot. Okay. So some place where you, and I really think this is you, not someone you're dealing with, but it absolutely could be, but it feels like you. Some place where you had really dug in your heels, I'm hearing. Dug your heels in. Yep, that's the same thing. Your footing is going to, I see you faltering. I see you stumble. I see a hiccup. And so I don't mean literally like you're going to fall down and hurt yourself. I guess some of you could twist an ankle or something. But this is more metaphorically, just all of a sudden something's going to kind of hit you. And you may literally even kind of sort of jolt more upright, or have to shake your head a little bit. Like it's going to be something like profound. And again, where you've dug your heels in, I see a realization where, okay, let me start from the top before I get to, well, one thing I saw, Mother Mary. So a stained glass window, like in a church. So that means to me is, one, you could be rediscovering religion, or discovering more metaphysical practices, whatever, a shift in sort of a spiritual level. And then also you could be going to church, either it's a holiday or some sort of wedding, or something will have you back in church at least once. And I see you looking at those stained glass windows and really soul searching. But this isn't wallowing in the deep. What's that, an Adele song? Wallowing in any sort of pity, or just mucking around. Like it's so hyper focused, I guess is what I'm saying. There's some very, very significant realization. Okay, so let me read what I wrote. I'm going to go back to these because they're out of place. Well, I'll just say it and get out of the way. So I saw this dragon metal statue, or it could even have been more like a gargoyle on top of a building. We don't really have too many buildings like that in the US, but I think it seems common in Europe. So I don't know if there's maybe it's a church with something about a church with gargoyles, or yeah, that may be significant. Or this may be a reflection back, something about a certain church. I mean, it could be where you got married, some significant event happened. I guess it could have been someone's funeral. I feel like this is, in this way, reflective. I see you looking, let me just read. I see the world, and I hear, where do you want to go in the world? And it's sort of a liberating feeling. All possibilities are laid out before you. A reassessment, a clean slate, a fresh start. There's some other phrase I want to say. Clean the slate. You get kind of a do-over in some way. And you have sort of a realization around that. I also see climate change and the environment being significant for some reason. So either maybe you're already an environmentalist, or you're really educating yourself and looking for ways to actively reduce your carbon footprint. It's more on your mind, perhaps. You could even cut out meat or beef to help the not necessarily even because you're a vegetarian or whatever, just for the climate and or your health. So one thing I see that may bring about this startling, and I don't, it's not negative, it's but it's powerful. So in some way, traditional roles will be reversed and bring about a new appreciation for someone. Perhaps you will be so startled by your understanding, you may apologize or shift at a deep level. Taking ownership. As above, so what I was just saying, how you'll be so startled by an understanding. So I say take ownership. So it could be figuratively of your life, take responsibility for something, or take ownership literally, a shift in property title. So that can happen from inheritance. You could buy something new, or if there's some sort of division of assets, titles can be transferred that way, to name a few. Strike you at your core. I'm reading what I wrote. Strike you at your core, new love, a realization, aha moment, also sudden inspiration. So I just kept getting this theme over and over again. You may realize you're relying on someone or something for the wrong reason, or a few subconscious reasons. This realization will be life-changing, and I've seen the Judgment card in the tarot. It softens you where you were hard and hardens some of the places where you were too soft. I like that. Now that I read that out, it softens you where you were hard and hardens some of the places you were too soft. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice, Jen. And then I have some flowers that I was given over a month ago, and the carnations are still beautiful. It's amazing. And so for me, I got that they're very long-lasting flowers. They stay fresh for a long time. Something in your life, something coming into your life or emerging in your life, or something new starting in your life, has the potential to be very long-lasting. Okay. So that's what I got from the channel for you guys. Let's jump into the cards. So this card here, these cards on the bottom will be more spiritual lessons, things like that. This is the overall energy, maybe subconscious or foundation energy for the year. 6 of Swords. So that's reminding me of that's off thing. That's reminding me of where in the world do you want to go? This is leaving a situation behind, moving from rough waters to calmer waters. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand if you're with someone and they do something that when you truly examine it. So I look at the difference between more superficial things, like they always leave their clothes on the bathroom floor, or they never hang the wet towel up to dry, versus a toxic behavior. And I know I've done this in relationships. You start, it becomes something that gets harped on. And so when I see that that's happening, to me now, it's a red flag that, okay, you either have to, what does Dan Savage say? It's the price of admission. If it's the price of admission, you either have to just accept it, or say, I won't pay that price. That's coming, excuse me, into my mind. So I feel like you are no longer going, you're either going to realize you don't, and it's a shift too. Instead of saying, I mean, if it's a bad behavior, a toxic behavior, I mean, whatever, but still, there's no reason to stay there and fight to change someone if they have some personality struggles. I mean, you won't be able to change them, I guess. I don't know. So something like that, some sort of that, those types of thought processes. But some of the realization will be like, I focus on it too much. I can let it, like, again, what can be let go and what is just a basic foundational that's not a word, incompatibility. That was a good one. And instead of just hating the other person or whatever, being frustrated, the gap can't be bridged, understanding that if you can't accept it, you need to, it's more that the responsibility is coming on you, in the sense that I need to make a decision here now. I keep going, Jen. Oh, look at this beautiful Empress. I haven't used these cards a whole lot. They're gorgeous. Look at the world again. The whole world. You've been looking at the world. So the Empress is Mother Earth. Here's that environmental connection again, that Earth connection. The Empress is organic. She doesn't force, she doesn't direct, she doesn't demand. She very skillfully provides, supports, and allows things to organically unfold. So if she sees, I don't know, a child that has a gift in a certain direction, she may present opportunities for the child to explore that, but she in no way will force or bring it up over it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. She very much allows, but is still she's very accepting, and she's there and supporting and a pillar and is strong, but just allows people to have their own journey. Wow. The wish card right in the middle here of a spiritual lesson. Yeah, in some way, you're going to feel, look how free, the card is just like freeing, and surrender. Just absolutely surrendering. Look at the solar plexus. That's the sun, but it reminds me of the solar plexus shining. What exactly? I forget. Let's look up solar plexus, shall we? I have to be able to spell it. Let's see, chakras info. Sorry, talk amongst yourself. Bear with, if you watch Miranda. Bear with. So, come on. Let's start by exploring the basics. So the solar plexus is in the upper part of your belly where your diaphragm rests. That's actually kind of where it is, maybe a little higher. Um, Yellow, higher frequencies can turn golden. Solar plexus, oh my God, it's telling me everything but what it means. Most of us have energetic blocks and imbalances, as well as energy sabotaging habits that prevent us from accessing our full vitality, which leads us to feel exhausted, scattered, dull, and even ill. To me, also, the solar plexus, it's a protective area. So they say people who carry some weight around the middle, they're protecting their solar plexus, they're protecting them, they're insulating their solar plexus from outside influences. So I could see empaths having this, or very highly sensitive people um, wanting to protect it. It's so strong. There's gold all over this card. There's literally gold. So you may get some sort of gold or actual something of value. But the wish card always reminds us to count our blessings. You know, if you're going to the store and you're running late and you're hoping, oh, I hope I get a good parking space because I just need to run in, run out, and it would just make me less stressed if I could just get through this because I feel harried or whatever. And you get a parking spot. It's almost out of our mind as fast as it happens. And so I think little magical things like that happen all the time, and we're not looking for them, so we don't recognize it. So it's important to count your blessings and really appreciate all the positive things that happen, all the wishes, the little wishes that are coming true all the time that we just don't appreciate. Here's the world again. Wow. Look at, there's a VW bus, like a road trip, a ski trip. So travel, but the globe move. Yeah, something about the whole world. So you may move countries, you may move pretty far away in the US and some of the bigger countries. You can move, it seems like a world away by just moving to from one side of the country to the other. Um, we only have a certain amount of energy. We have to sleep, we have to refuel. And the Two of Wands is a crossroads of thinking, okay, what do I spend my energy doing? Thinking about actually doing all of the above, right? And what is positive and helpful and what is not, what is a drain. So the positive and helpful will keep your energy, maintain your energy, and the other just drains it. So what is draining your energy? And really examining that and making adjustments accordingly. Yeah, this is a real sort of overall life review. So these are more work-oriented cards. King of Swords, you may be signing a contract. Wow, you may be starting your own business and doing the legal work to make it an official business. Wow. Marriage, a strong foundation, a home-based business. Moving in with someone that has their own, that is an entrepreneur, has their own business, they freelance, they can work from home. A web-based, so anything you can do from home. So anything sort of web-based, as long as you have internet, obviously, or cell, which I didn't in a place I lived for 10 years. Well, I had dial-up, but okay, that's not important. So making official, signing a contract, something analytical, something dealing with facts, money, figures, really figuring out the budget. It could be consulting, something where you're teaching or educating. And then you get into any sort of financial, although that can go to the pentacles. This working with numbers and facts and data is very much in the King of Swords realm. And it could even be organizing, planning, anything, getting things in writing, getting things down on paper, even writing, literally, a book or something. Here's that spark of inspiration. Look at this, 9 of Cups, Ace of Wands, and stability. So this will bring stability. This will be sustainable. Here we go with long lasting, I'm getting again. So things that are emerging in your life now will have long lasting positive ramifications. So this change, this move, whether it's internal or external. This is for romance. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is slow. But they're learning patience. They're learning. They want to get to know the other person. They take it slow. They're a little more traditional. They don't rush things. They really think very practically. And I need to get to know someone first before we just before things go too fast and we start committing too much. It doesn't now. So they're very loyal, though. This energy's super loyal. It does not mean that they just don't want to commit. It's not a commitment issue. It's not an issue. It's just the way they are. But it could be perceived that way. It's not a commitment issue. It's slow and steady wins the race. I want to get to know you first before I can, make any decisions. It's very practical. Can start as online. 9 of Swords. I usually flip reverse cards over and don't even think about it and just read the energy, whichever way it comes. I did notice the 9 of Swords was reversed. This is obsessing, staying up all night thinking about things, churning things over and over in your head, slaying dragons. I had an anxiety-induced dream that induced anxiety last night. But this is sort of waking up in the middle of the night, getting those things down, and writing is very helpful just to get it out of your system. But yeah, really obsessing, hyper-focusing on something. In its reverse, I'm going to say in this case, it's a calming of the mind, a letting go, no longer cyber stalking someone or focusing, going back to this 2 of Wands, where you're focusing your energy. I feel as though a lot of energy has been focused on outwardly, and that shift that I talked about is going to shift more towards, well, what can I do in this situation? Like, what are my options? Completely independent of anyone else. I need to think about that. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So this is generations, inheritance, family, many generations, creation of a family, like a family legacy. Assets, looking at so something about you'll be really examining assets this year. And so that went back to that message about like a transfer and title. I feel like you're going to be sitting pretty. And I guess maybe it's just this this card, she's set. So I don't know if you're having some financial worries. Um, and she's sitting pretty right up in this. They just are, both of these ladies are sitting and surrounded by old grounded oak trees and wealth and crystals, and it's like they're getting a hug by Mother Earth down here. Very grounded, very practical, can be a little bit of a fixed energy, so a Taurus, um, or Scorpio's fixed. What's the other fixed sign? I can never remember. I should be able to figure it out, but let's just look. Fixed. Oh, I have to decode. So I know it's Scorpio. I know it's, what's that one? Sorry, guys. Shit, why can't I see? Oh, is it, no, is it Cancer? No. That's right, I knew that. Damn it, sorry. Leo. Well, this I could see if you meet a Leo, igniting your vitality, your passion. I mean, look at this card right above it. That's the ultimate big D card. And then your worries, whoops, your worries. So there could be someone that comes in and lights up your life. Like, not literally, but um, and that could be why you're able to philosophically process something so quickly and in such a positive way. And things are going to get better. Things will get better. And in some way, will end up a dream come true. You'll be happier by the time 2021 wraps up, because of some of the changes you've made and the shifts. You may, if you haven't already moved, you may be planning a fairly significant move also during the year. And you will feel very happy and settled wherever you go, is what I see. Get things in writing. This is a house, you could be buying a house, or get those things in writing. If you're doing something copyrighted, take all those legal and financial steps to make sure, and you'll be rock solid. And it'll be the basis for everything moving forward. Okay. Oh, geez, 28 minutes. Scorpio, thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing 2021. Take care.